The Arabian Desert, a land of scorching sun and unimaginable wealth. Towering skyscrapers pierce the heavens, luxury cars clog the streets, champagne flows freely in opulent palaces. This is the reality for the few in the Gulf states. But just a short flight away, a different world exists. A world imprisoned behind walls and fences. A world where bombs rain down and children scavenge for scraps. Where hospitals overflow and hope struggles to survive. This is Gaza. The stark contrast between these two worlds is a searing indictment of our times. It's a testament to the apathy and cynicism of those who have chosen power over principle, those who have turned their backs on their Palestinian brothers and sisters. This is the story of that betrayal. Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of Islam, the custodian of its holiest sites, a nation that has long proclaimed itself a champion of the Palestinian cause. But behind the rhetoric lies a cold, hard truth. The House of Saud has made its choice. It has chosen to prioritize its own security and its alliance with the United States over the fate of the Palestinians. It has chosen to normalize relations with Israel, not for peace, but for weapons. For the latest fighter jets, the most advanced surveillance technology. And what of the Palestinian people? They are offered empty words of support, while billions are poured into vanity projects like Neom, a futuristic city in the desert, a monument to excess and ambition, a city that could be built 10 times over with the money Saudi Arabia spends on its military every year. The message is clear: Palestinians are expendable. Their suffering is a small price to pay for Saudi Arabia's ambitions. The UAE, a playground for the rich and famous, a land of shimmering skyscrapers, artificial islands, and indoor ski slopes. A nation that prides itself on its modernity, its openness, its embrace of globalization. But this facade of progress crumbles when we look at the UAE's relationship with Israel. The Abraham Accords, hailed as a historic breakthrough, have only served to deepen the Palestinians' isolation. Trade between the UAE and Israel is booming, while Gaza remains under siege. Emirati companies now do business with Israeli firms that profit from the occupation. Emirati tourists flock to Tel Aviv, while Palestinian families are being evicted from their homes in Sheikh Jarrah. The message is clear: profit over principles. The UAE has made its choice. Qatar, the tiny Gulf state with a global footprint. Home to Al Jazeera, the news network that has dared to show the world the reality of Israel's occupation. A nation that has provided refuge to Hamas leaders, a voice for Palestinian resistance. But Qatar too has its contradictions. It maintains close ties with Israel even as it condemns its actions. It profits from gas deals with Israel, even as it denounces the siege of Gaza. Qatar could use its vast wealth to alleviate the suffering in Gaza. It could open its borders to Palestinian refugees. It could leverage its influence to pressure Israel to end the occupation. But these are choices Qatar has so far refused to make. Section 5. Egypt, the jailer at Gaza's gate. Egypt, the Arab world's most populous nation. A country with a long and proud history of resistance to colonialism. A nation that once stood shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinians in their struggle for liberation. But today, Egypt plays a different role. It is the jailer at Gaza's gate. The Rafah border crossing, Gaza's only gateway to the outside world, remains largely closed. Egyptian forces patrol the border, shooting at Palestinians who dare to approach. Egypt too has made its choice. It has chosen to prioritize its security relationship with Israel and its alliance with the United States over its obligations to the Palestinian people. The message is clear: Gaza is on its own. Section 6. Empty words, broken promises. The leaders of the Gulf states and Egypt continue to pay lip service to the Palestinian cause. They issue condemnations of Israeli actions, express their unwavering support for a two-state solution. But these words ring hollow in the ears of the Palestinians. They are tired of empty gestures, of broken promises. They see through the hypocrisy of leaders who claim to support their struggle while embracing their oppressors. The truth is that the Palestinian cause has become an inconvenience for these regimes. a diplomatic charade they must maintain to appease their populations while they pursue their own narrow interests. Section 7. A glimpse of what could be. Imagine if the Gulf states used their wealth to rebuild Gaza. Imagine if they invested in Palestinian infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Imagine if they used their diplomatic clout to hold Israel accountable for its actions. Qatar could airlift food and medical supplies to Gaza. The UAE, with its construction prowess, could rebuild homes and hospitals in a matter of months. Saudi Arabia, with its oil wealth, could exert real pressure on Israel to end the occupation. But these are just dreams, dreams that stand in stark contrast to the grim reality on the ground. Section 8. The real fear, a free Palestine. The truth is that the regimes in the Gulf and Egypt fear a free Palestine more than they fear Israel. They fear the rise of a Palestinian state that could inspire their own people to demand democracy and human rights. They see the Palestinian struggle as a threat to their own grip on power. They would rather see the Palestinians crushed than risk their own thrones. This is the real betrayal. Section 9. Conclusion: a betrayal of values. The Arab betrayal of Palestine is a story of greed, cowardice, and moral bankruptcy. It is a story that exposes the hypocrisy at the heart of the Arab world's relationship with the Palestinian people. It is a story that should shame us all. The time for empty words and broken promises is over. The Palestinian people deserve more than just our sympathy. They deserve our solidarity. They deserve our action.